Hello and good morning. We'll go ahead and get this network breakfast started. Today is April 2nd, 2001. It's our first time back meeting in person for a year. Thank you so much for coming out to our first network breakfast. This is a hybrid event. We are both here live at Clover Island Inn as well as over Zoom. We've got some folks joining us. Annette Roth, we have Evelyn from the city, we have John Kennedy from VF Cog. So welcome, thank you so much for joining us online. We're gonna try to attend to both audiences at the same time. So we ask for your grace as we balance many hats this morning at our network breakfast. My name is Stephanie Button. I am the Executive Director of the Historic Downtown Kennewick Partnership. And we are very excited to be back and being hosted by Clover Island Inn, our home of the network breakfast. I'd also like to thank today's door prize sponsor, Swampy's Barbecue. As you came in, if you'd signed in and if you had a business card to pop into our little green bowl, we will be doing a drawing later today of both the people who attended in person, and we'll be pulling from the registration emails online, and we will be selecting our winner for a $20 gift certificate to Swampy's Barbecue, located at the beautiful Food Truck Plaza at Columbia Gardens. So thank you so much, Ron, at Swampy's Barbecue for sponsoring today's door prize. Go ahead, advance slide. Just a little arrow key. So we are thrilled today. Our topic is the introduction to the South Columbia Creative District. That will be a presentation given by Amber Maiden, our programs manager, here shortly. But there's some other housekeeping that we'd like to get to since it's been so long since we've got to chat with everybody. So go ahead and advance to the next slide. So just a reminder for folks at home and here joining us live, as we're able to have more events come back online as we progress through the phases, if you would like the Downtown Kennewick Partnership to help promote your event or to be aware of it, we do have an events form on our website where you can go in and you can submit events that you are hosting, your business is hosting, and we can then share those out on our website as well as on our various social media profiles. We love to signal boost what our downtown businesses and organizations are doing, and this is a great way for us to know what your event is and where the details are so that we can help you share and promote what you're doing in downtown. So that is a great feature. It's available to both members and non-members in the downtown community. Yeah. Next slide. Then another opportunity that I wanted to let people know about is Small Business Day at this year's Main Street Annual Conference on April 13th. This is going to be a 100% virtual annual conference. The last time we were able to meet, it was in Seattle back in 2019. This year, the entire national conference is going to be held virtually. The conference platform is live, but this year they've done something very special. For Small Business Day on April 13th, they only have $25 registration for small businesses to participate in a host of fantastic webinars, panels, discussions, and trainings. Now, for those who are in downtown Kennewick and members, you are able to get this registration for free. So if you are interested in registering or in getting a free registration code, I encourage you to contact me. You can use my email, stephanie@historickennewick.org, and we'd be happy to get you set up with that registration for Small Business Day. The panels are fantastic. There's wonderful resources. They'll be recorded. You'll be able to network with vendors and other small businesses across the country. This is a fantastic new program that they're piloting this year due to the online nature of the national conference. So if you have any questions about Small Business Day at the National Main Street Conference, please reach out. We'd love to get as many businesses from Kennewick participating in this opportunity. Next slide. And yesterday, April Fool's Day, was no fool day for us. It was the first day of the second quarter Main Street Tax Credit Incentive Program draw. That is a statewide funding source. That is an important part of our budget. It allows us to do what we do, supporting small businesses, promoting the downtown, and holding events and programs that bring people to our community and support our businesses as they thrive and grow. And this year we are thrilled with the E&O contributors, the Main Street Tax Credit sponsors who have made contributions for the 2021 year. So I'd like to thank Banner Bank, Clover Island Inn, Columbia Bank, Ed and Mo's Pawn Shop, Epic Trust Financial, Green to Go Wellness, the City of Kennewick, Lamson, Charsoft PLLC, Washington Trust Bank, and Visiting Angels. Thank you so much for your support of downtown and for participating in the Main Street Tax Credit Incentive Program. Next slide. And also thank you to our current 2021 members. We couldn't do what we do without the support of our membership. Membership is still open for 2021, so if you haven't had a chance to renew or start your new membership with the Historic Downtown Kennewick Partnership, it's never too late. So thank you to our current members. Next slide. So if you're interested in becoming a member, it's super easy. You can go to our website and submit a form, or you can come down to the office and we can set you up there. We try to make it easy and breezy to be a member of HDKP. Next slide. And without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker today, which is in-house. Typically at Main Streets, we like to bring in outside speakers, but we are so excited to be sharing with you all today the progress of the South Columbia Creative District. The Washington State Arts Commission is behind the Washington Certification of Creative Districts, and we have been in the process of pursuing a creative designation in Kennewick for the last couple of years. Amber Maiden, our programs manager, is going to be the administrative lead at HDKP for this program and its application. So without further ado, Amber, I will invite you up here to give us an update on where we're at with the Creative District.
Perfect. Well, thank you and good morning to everybody for joining us over here at Clover Island Inn and for those virtual online with us. My name is Amber Maiden. I'm the programs manager for Historic Downtown Kennewick Partnership. I would like to take a moment before we get started to acknowledge the program manager for the Creative Arts District, and that's going to be Annette Roth, who is joining us via Zoom as well. She's going to be sitting in on our presentation today. As program manager for HDKP, I will also be serving as the administrative point of contact for the Kennewick Creative District program. I'm here today to report on our progress in this presentation. We'll be giving you some background on the Creative District in our states, our current position in our application process, and our future plans and goals after the certification. The pursuit for this program, as mentioned prior, was that this started in Kennewick by David Spalding, a member of our community who led this effort in 2019. Then COVID hit, and like many things, this process was put on hold. Right before that pause, though, HDKP was approached by the City of Kennewick for this opportunity to lead the certification and program as the administrative organization. Our mission at HDKP is to reflect our diverse community, provide an inclusive and vibrant downtown destination, encourage economic and creative opportunities, and preserve our rich history. We felt that leading the program not only aligns with our goals, but that of the health and development of the downtown. There we go. And with that, we would like to present to you the South Columbia Creative District. The name for our creative district sets us apart from the other 8 certified districts in Washington and holds a meaning pertinent to the location and the history of our area. But before going into that meaning and the story that goes with it, I want to give you some background on the program itself. The Creative District program is administered by Washington Arts Commission and is an economic development program focusing on creative industries that work to help communities in our state thrive. You'll see 3 of the 8 already certified districts represented: Issaquah, Edmonds, and Chewelah. They are joined by Olympia, Langley, Twist, Port Townsend, and the most current certified district, Tenino. As a certified district, we are eligible to receive program branded signage for state highways and freeways. As this program grows in the state, additional funding and grant opportunities will become available to our district. We would also gain access to Creative Vitality Suite. The software tracks creative economies using a data tool that measures the annual health of the districts by zip code and state. For the data that we see in 2019, there were 343,000 creative industry jobs. The total industry in Washington State earned $38.2 billion. We were able to obtain this information thanks to a connection with one of the Washington State Arts Commissioners. Arts One not only supports the communities after their certification, but also during the process. After receiving that certification, our community benefits from numerous avenues such as state endorsements like the state signage you see on the previous slide to promote our community's creative identity, growing our economic opportunities and attracting artists and creative businesses while supporting those currently established. As for the story and history behind the lantern and the name South Columbia, in the early 1900s, a woman by the name Edna Pallister, who was a piano and voice teacher, would walk across the train bridge from Kennewick to Pasco and back to meet with her students at their homes for lessons, oftentimes arriving home in the dark. Her fiance, George Hansen, gifted her a nickel-plated kerosene lantern so he could watch her progress across the bridge and know she made it back safely. Like that lantern, we want to help light the way for our creative industry, shining a light on the artists and the occupations that we already have in the downtown. While this is the reason for the lantern, we also pay tribute to our location being south of the Columbia River. We felt that calling ourselves South Columbia would be a great way to show our downtown identity. But also, when you look at all the other creative district communities in the state, they are referencing their city. By going by this name, we distinguish our district from the others and hint at the origin and the story of what makes our creative district unique. We all have hopes down the road to see the district potentially expand to farther across Kennewick, such as to Vista Fields. And the name would still stand to represent our geographical location. Knowing that Kennewick is a very strong and growing community, this name gives us the potential and flexibility with it. But who exactly is considered creative? The North American Industry Classification System lists businesses such as glass and glazing contractors like Perfection Glass, breweries and wineries, industrial designers, drafting services, farmers markets, used merchandise stores, and architectural services as creative industries, just to name a few. The standard occupational classification is used to certify careers and jobs like commercial and industrial designers, software developers, floral designers, chefs and head cooks, and curators as creative occupations. These are just short lists, but I'm sure some of these might have surprised you as being considered creative. We are confident that a full economic report will show the creative industry is strongly represented and thriving in downtown Kennewick. And this report will be accessible to us after our certification. This map is the proposed boundaries of the creative district, and it's roughly from Waterfront to 6th and Fruitland Street to Gum Street. These boundaries are placed specifically to encompass key downtown anchors, such as Maiden Park, Columbia Gardens, historic downtown Kennewick Business Core, Columbia Drive, and our very own Clover Island. This area is walkable and bikeable for great public access. The red boundaries are what HDKP currently reports on for our Main Street district. There are roughly 140 businesses in that area alone. 52% of those businesses are considered creative industries. And out of the 78 occupations certified as creative, we have 64 of them in the downtown. That's what makes our district so special, is that we already are a creative industry. The certification is just making it official. Next slide. Here we have a short and long-term goals listed, and these are subject to change as we continue to progress with the district certification. In short-term goals, we're looking to market downtown as a creative industry, encourage and coordinate creative industry entrepreneurs and organizations to work together, co-opting opportunities, activating public spacing, continuing to connect anchor points and cross-promotion between businesses, as well as create an online social media presence for our creative district. In long-term goals, we're looking to brand Kennewick as an artisan community by creating placemaking opportunities for artists, rehabilitating existing infrastructures and encouraging the development of spaces for artisans, and are producing a sustainable annual cultural festival in the district as a fundraiser and a tourist attraction. Now we would like to ask for your feedback and what kind of involvement you would like to have with our creative district. There are still opportunities for our community to be involved, and this process is a continuous, ongoing endeavor. You can get involved by joining our advisory committee, attending strategic planning meetings for growth, or by helping us promote the district, whether in person or on social media. Next slide. I want to give a thank you to our current stakeholders, such as the East Benton County Historical Museum, the Visit Tri-Cities, Port of Kennewick, City of Kennewick, the Kennewick Arts Commission, and the Boys and Girls Club. We want to go ahead and open up the floor to any questions or comments about the certification process. Yes.
So what does it take to become certified then?
So we have to represent some sort of industry, 1 to 2 of creative districts. So for us, our industries are the culinary arts. They're very abundant in the downtown area and throughout Kennewick. Red Mountain Kitchen alone has over 40 businesses that work out of it as restaurateurs, pop-ups, similar items. And I'm sure many are aware of all of the different statues and artwork throughout the downtown. So our fiber arts are very abundant in the area as well. So once we can identify those specific industries that we represent in the downtown, we can start our process of appealing our letter of intent to the Arts Commission. We do a walkthrough that we have scheduled right now at the end of April with Annette Roth to go over our boundaries from the map and the prior event. And then after that, it's just getting our stakeholders together that we can send letters of support. And once our letter of intent has been approved to the Arts Commission, we start a 60-day process to fill out their application. And then we wait for our approval.
So is that a given that you'll receive approval from the Arts Commission, or?
We feel
Is it a
confident
yes or
in it.
no?
It's a yes or no. It is a very rigorous endorsement that we're looking for, but we're very confident in the skills that we have and what we represent downtown.
How do you do your demographic assessment of which businesses are?
So for the Washington Arts Commission, they offer a list of what's considered creative for industries and occupations. The list of industries lists about 78 different business types. The occupations are about 83. So from their list, we can go through with the businesses that we have in just the HDKP boundaries, because that's the only access we have to those individuals. With the city staffers that we've been coordinating with, they also able to give us some information on that. So we can kind of cross compare from their list and what we have available in the downtown.
Okay. So you have enough, you don't need to query businesses.
We still would like to. We're always open to cultivating more connections with the businesses in Kennewick, not just the downtown, but we definitely have a very prominent creative industries within our areas. Do we have any in the chat?
Let's see. For those of you, if anyone has any questions in the chat, I will go ahead and, are there any questions?
I'm shocked myself to see some of the industries that they consider creative, because I wasn't even a parent to it. So Perfection Glass is considered creative. Franchino's in the downtown with their tile and exports similar products. Those are considered creative industries.
Well, I'll throw a plug out from our architecture.
Yes.
They definitely are. In fact, I think I have them on one of my slides.
I'm not seeing any questions coming from, oh, go ahead.
Amber, once you receive this designation, and I'm sure you will, do you have a plan on what you're going to be using that for, how you're going to market it?
Yes, so at the moment, when David Spalding headed this project, they had started a Facebook page. And with our history on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms, that's our first goal, is to get that started. You reach a lot bigger audience, especially right now during COVID, without being able to do too much in person, to really boost out what the creative district is and why we were looking to pursue that. Once we can establish those platforms, we're going to move on to more in-person opportunities, representation at different meetings, and cross-business communication as well. And once we can really open up to more activities in person and events is when we plan to start organizing and scheduling to try and make that a once-a-year fundraising event for our location. Whether that's in a parade event or a textile fair like a sewing fair or a arts event in the downtown area or at a local park. Similar projects is what we're looking to kind of pursue in that outlet.
And the Washington Department of Transportation Highway Signs is huge.
Yes, so getting that certification gives us the opportunity to get that signway started and placed throughout Washington State. And so they'll be able to reference, you know, Kennewick is a creative district, come down, come check it out and see why we're considered creative.
So I do have Annette on the chat and she can answer the question as an example, how likely is it that SoCo will get certification? I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to allow Annette to talk. So Annette.
Good morning, can you hear me?
I think we can. Can everyone hear you, Annette? Or I think so. Go ahead and talk. We'll see how it goes.
Perfect, great. Well, thank you so much. Amber, I just want to say this was a fantastic presentation, very professional and a lot of information. So this was really good to see. So someone in the audience asked, you know, are we going to get certification, yes or no? And I wanted to just give you a little bit of sort of context for how the process works. So like Amber said, once they have, you know, their application materials that they need ready to go, they're able to submit an application to us. And once they submit their letter of intent and we approve it, you know, we have a 60-day window for them to fill out the application in its entirety and get it to us. then what we tend to do, or we typically do, is we try to convene a selection panel within about 60 days is what we try to do. We try to actually do it in a shorter time than that, but we give ourselves up to 60 days to do it. Of people from across the state, we have a pool of folks that are in economic development, that are arts and culture administrators, that work in other adjacent industries. So we can have them take a look at the application. The applications for the creative districts are not judged in competition with other districts. So the SoCo's application will be judged entirely on its own merits. So they're not competing for other organizations for funds or anything like that. And generally speaking, so far, all of the creative districts that have applied have been certified. We do oftentimes have the panelists will have questions or some concerns about applications. And so there will be things we'll want to work through that can be built into the process for their plan of action for the first year. But, I don't get to make the decision about who gets certified. The panel does. But my job and our role here at the Arts Commission is to ensure that we can provide enough support and guidance to the districts as they go through their planning process to make sure that all of the questions are answered and all of the, what could be a potential red flag is addressed before they go through their application.
Excellent, Annette. Thank you so much.
You bet. Absolutely.
Any other questions from the audience? Any other questions online, those of us joining us over Zoom?
Take that as my cue that I'll wrap this up then.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Amber, and I'll come up and I'll close us out.
So thank you so much for coming to our network breakfast and learning about the South Columbia Creative District. This is a process that we've been working on behind the scenes for a while now. We first started getting involved back in 2019 with David Spalding at the TriCom conference and other early meetings. So we're so excited to finally see this come out of a very rough year of 2020. Also at our network breakfast, this is an opportunity typically for folks to chat with one another. You haven't had a chance to see one another in a year. This is a great opportunity for folks to kind of pop up and share what they're doing. This is an opportunity to kind of do a soft plug of anything you want to let the room know about. So I'm going to go ahead, since we have time, I'm going to open up the floor if anyone would like to have a brag, or if there's something you want to promote or something happening here in the downtown that you want others to know about. And I will of course offer the same opportunity to people online if there is anything they'd like to know about. I'll start us off with just some opportunities through the Working Washington grant. They are doing the 4th round of Working Washington. The application is up. BFCOG did a fantastic webinar series on how to apply for this 4th round, and that is available on their website and I believe on their Facebook. So as a business here in the community, you are eligible to apply for those Working Washington funds, and we encourage as many businesses to do so. Also, the city of Kennewick has a community block grant fund for small businesses with 20 under employees. That grant is happening through Mercy Corps, and you can learn about that on the City of Kennewick's website. They've also been posting about it frequently on their Facebook as well. So those are 2 funding opportunities that we want to make sure that our businesses are aware of. The application deadlines are coming close for both of those grants. So if you have any interest in applying for them, please reach out to us or to BFCOG or to the City of Kennewick, and we can provide technical assistance to help you be as successful as possible in your application. We also have Farmers Market starting pretty soon, June 3rd on Thursday. We've got some excellent vendors lined up. You'll be hearing more about that as that happens. And we're excited that we'll be bringing back Discover the Charms this year. Rather than one weekend, Discover the Charms will be the entire month of May. On Saturdays, you'll be able to pick up your bracelet and then pick up your map and visit all the various businesses in the downtown participating in the Charmed event. So more details about that will be coming soon, but we're excited to be bringing back Discover the Charm. So I'm gonna hand over the mic to anyone who would like to share or promote what they're doing. We'll start with folks in the room. I'll maybe bounce back and forth if there's anybody in the comments. Yes.
Mark Lutz, GM and partner here at the Clover Island Inn. First of all, it's great to have everybody back, and it's great to see some of this in-person stuff happening again. 2020 was a really tough year for the hotel. March 17th of 2020, we laid off about 25 or 30 employees, cooks, bartenders, servers, bussers. It was, yeah, then brought them back for a little tease in September, and then in October told them goodbye again. So tough year, but during the downtime, we took a whole lot of lemons and made a whole lot of lemonade. We took the crow's nest, and I'm going to open up the crow's nest following this meeting so you can come in and see what we did. Did a huge remodel in there, and we did a big rooms project for all 150 guest rooms here. And like I said, we just took a lot of lemons and made lemonade out of it, and we're happy we're starting to grow back out of it.
Excellent. I can't wait to see the crow's nest. I've seen your teasing pictures on Facebook, so I'm excited to see it in person. Anyone from the chat have any, or from the sharing, we'll bounce to, go ahead. Oh, no, go ahead, Deb.
Okay, Deborah Watkins. My husband and I own a historic building on Auburn and Canal, and I've been there for about 25 years now. We have a gallery in the building that is open on first Thursdays, or has been in the past. Of course, we closed down too. We're looking at opening back up again, our first Thursday of the year in May. So I'm inviting you all to keep that in mind. It's May 6th, which is a Thursday, and we're open for the art walk, which other businesses have in the past opened up and attended with us. So you'll probably hear more about that. I have information on Facebook. I have cards if you want more information. I'm open from 6 till 8-ish on Art Walk, but I am down in the gallery all day long. So if you need to get down there earlier, come on in, doors are open. And we won't be serving any food or refreshments this time around, just basically so people can keep their masks on. And hopefully we'll beyond that, we will be beyond that have to stay safe stage in June, and we can all, I'm just waiting. I think everybody is waiting to see what happens. So
Yeah.
welcome everybody. Come on back downtown. We're not on Kennewick Avenue, but Auburn Street's pretty cool too.
It's a beautiful street. It's a fantastic building. Yeah, and that's part of one of the great things about the creative district as well, is because its boundary is so much larger than just the Main Street district. It allows us a lot more flexibility to promote. And we have plans within the Main Street. We're working on how we can grow our boundaries a little bit more to be more inclusive, farther towards Fruitland, farther towards Columbia Drive, since so many of those businesses are integral to our Main Street community. We're not just in a vacuum. So yes, always visit the side streets and First Street. We have a robust downtown district with tons of businesses that are excited for folks to be coming back downtown. Deb, are you just going to be open Thursdays during Art Walk? How can people visit your gallery if they're unable to come out on a Thursday?
By appointment, which there's telephone numbers on the door. I have my business cards. We've got Facebook. Hopefully through you too.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Good.
And give that information. We live upstairs, so it's a pretty short commute.
Fantastic.
And I'm glad to come down. Very glad to come down.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Is there anyone from the comments who had anything they'd like to share?
Right now, just John has left some links in the comments for the Working Washington for grants, as well as a link to their workshop discussing the grant opportunities throughout that we can share with those at the end of the presentation.
Excellent. So this was a recorded presentation. None of you here physically are on camera, but for those of you who couldn't join us or joining us remotely, we are going to be posting the recording of this on our YouTube channel. Yes, we have a YouTube channel. We just post our meetings on it. We're working to build more content there, but this will be recorded. We will be posting it there. Again, I would like to thank everyone for joining us in person and virtually for our first hybrid and in-person network breakfast that we've had in a year. Again, I'd like to thank Clover Island for hosting us. Oh, sorry, Barb, I didn't see your hand. We have one more.
Barb Carter.
Yes.
And most people know me for my relationship with the Port of Kennewick and the public art program here. And I'm opening in one of the Watkins spaces, studio for my own personal thing. It's Studio BC,
Okay.
and I'm doing clay art.
Okay.
And I'm just getting established, but I will be open at the same time, the Deb's gallery is.
You have to do a ribbon cutting.
Yes, please.
Wow, that sounds good.
Yeah, of course. That we love to welcome new people downtown. So when you're ready, let us know. We'd love to do ribbon cutting.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
Mhm.
nice.
Wonderful. Well, again, thanks. So we've got a new artist. Well, we have a familiar artist locating downtown. So we're very excited for that. So again, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to Clover Island for hosting us. Thank you to Swampy's Barbecue for our donation of a door prize for a $20 certificate to his restaurant. We can't quite draw it yet because we have to do the folks online. So how we do this is we have a randomizer on online that we subscribe to, and so we will plug in your information from the cards. We will plug in the registration emails from people who registered to attend. It kind of does its little magic algorithm thing and it spits out a name. We did have a winner from our last network breakfast, which we had back in February, and we didn't get a chance to announce it, but that winner actually was Evelyn from the city. So we'll be contacting you, Evelyn, for the February prize, and we will be announcing later today the winner of today's door prize. So again, thank you all for coming. We've got the room a little bit longer, so if you'd like to chat amongst yourselves or connect with somebody you haven't seen in a while, now's the time to do so. Again, thank you so much for coming, and we look forward to seeing you all in June here at Clover Island. June 4th will be our next network breakfast. Thank you.